Insect pest infestation in the cornfield reduces yield by as much as 80%. Continuous use of insecticides to combat insects results to the pest developing a resistance to this chemical. Moreover, the hazards of continuous insecticide use to non-target organisms, including humans, become a major concern. Researchers show that conservation of the natural enemies is one way to reduce the use of these insecticides. This video intends to describe the major predators or natural enemies of the Asian corn borer and explain how to conserve them. The Asian corn borer is the most destructive insect pest of corn in the Philippines and other Southeast Asian countries. Natural enemies can regulate the population of this insect pest. Hence, use of chemicals can be minimized.
The Asian corn borer damages all stages of development of corn plants. Biological control, which is one of the pest management tactics, is an effective method that regulates the population of these insect pests. It is the use of living organisms to suppress pest population. This method is safe and economical. That is why it is compatible with other control methods.
Studies show that the dominant natural enemies of the Asian corn borer are the Trichogramma, Euborrelia or earwigs, Orius or flower bug, coccinellid beetles, and spiders. Among these natural enemies, Trichogramma is the most effective. It feeds on the egg masses of the Asian corn borer. Here are the steps in releasing Trichogramma. Monitor the corn borer population and its damage starting at 20 days after planting. If there are 3 to 5 corn borer egg masses per 100 plants, release 50 to 75 Trichogramma cards per hectare. A total of 3 releases may be done at weekly intervals. The regional crop protection centers are mass-producing Trichogramma. Mass production of Trichogramma involves rearing of Corsira or Cytotroga as egg hosts. Trichocards are essential for the eggs of Corsira or Cytotroga. Eggs of Corsira or Cytotroga are pasted on drawing paper and fed to Trichogramma. The drawing paper is cut into pieces and released in the field as trichocards. Another predator of corn borer is the earwig. It feeds on the egg masses and small larvae and pupa of corn borer. Mature earwigs can eat about 40 newly hatched corn borers in 1 hour. It has also been observed that there is high population of earwigs during wet season. There are some practical ways to mass rear this insect. Look for corn plants damaged by the corn borer. Cut the stalks and look for earwigs. Place the earwigs in an acrylic pan with 250 grams of soil. Feed the insect with dog food and ground corn cobs in 1:1 ratio. Maintain 27 to 30% moisture content of the soil by sprinkling water occasionally. Place 6 females and 2 mature males in the acrylic pan. The incubation period of the eggs of female insects is 7 days. Feed the earwigs continuously. Get 150 female and 50 mature male earwigs and place in mass rearing boxes. Feed with dog food and corn cob in 1:1 ratio. Each female adult earwig lays 240 eggs in 6 egg batches. Collect mature earwigs and earwigs in the 3rd instar. Release 10,000 earwigs for every hectare or 1 earwig per square meter. Monitor the field 10 days after releasing earwigs for 25 days after planting. Repeat releasing earwigs if 20 to 30% of cornfield is damaged by the corn borer. Orius is another very effective natural enemy of the corn borer. It feeds on the eggs and young larvae of corn borer and other Lepidoptera. It also feeds on thrips. In the field, Orius and spiders utilize the weed species Amaranthus spinosus, Amaranthus viridis, and Celosia as refuge. Coccinellid beetles and spiders are other effective predators of ACB. Coccinellid beetles feed on aphids. In the absence of aphids, it feeds on eggs and young larvae of corn borer. Its color varies from yellow to red-orange. Conserve the population of coccinellid beetle by allowing the morning glory to grow at the periphery of the cornfield. Spider feeds on the adult corn borer and other insects. If the population of the biological control agent is high, there is no need for insecticide application. Practice conservation methods after releasing these biological control agents to maximize the potentials of the natural enemies. The first conservation method is the staggered or successive planting. This can provide time for the natural enemies to transfer from the crop being harvested to the succeeding plantings. The next method is the selective weeding. Studies prove that some weeds harbor some species of biological control agents. Allow Amaranthus spinosus to grow around the cornfield. It is the most preferred refuge for flower bugs, or Orius tantilius, and spiders. Orius starts to colonize the cornfield at about 40 days after planting. This is also the time when the population of the Asian corn borer is also high. For more effective results, cut the Amaranthus during tasseling stage to force the predators to transfer to corn plants. Ipomea triloba, or morning glory, growing at the edges of cornfields could attract coccinellid beetles, which may feed on corn borer egg masses and small larvae. Remember, do not eliminate all the weeds in the cornfield. It can destroy the habitats of the natural enemies of the Asian corn borer. Let us now proceed to the third method. Minimum tillage or conservation tillage involves planting of corn with minimal or without land preparation. How can we do this? Control the weeds using a broad-spectrum herbicide just before planting. This will just allow the corn seeds to germinate and grow without really eliminating all the weed species in the area. Furrow or make holes to plant the seeds. This will help in conserving the population of earwig, which is a soil inhabiting predator. Remember, do not burn the corn stalks and stables. It may eliminate not only the corn borer larvae and pupae, but also the earwigs. Another way to ensure the continuous presence of earwigs in the field is to pile the corn stalks harboring earwigs. If there would be high population of Trichogramma, earwigs, Orius, coccinellid beetles and spiders, Asian corn borer will not be a major problem. You too can save farm inputs, reduce Asian corn borer population, and increase income. Conserve the population of the natural enemies and get rid of these destructive Asian corn borers.